Hello guys, full time at the Etihad, Manchester City 0, Arsenal 0. Obviously I'm here at the stadium, I've not seen yet any of the televised coverage, but I imagine a lot of those phrases like not a great game for the neutral or not a classic maybe are being bandied around. Well, I don't think Arsenal will care too much about that. I think this is a pretty precious point for them, and 8 points from 12 against City and Liverpool in the league this season is not to be sniffed at. They have not been beaten by either of their major title rivals, home or away. I don't think you can ask for much more than that. This was an intriguing game, if not a particularly thrilling one. Arsenal, I don't think would have planned to be without the ball for so much of it. City had 70%, 75% of possession. But what Arsenal did do was defend their box absolutely superbly. Yet again this season, Erling Haaland barely got a kick against Saliba and Gabriel, and then when he did appear to get a kick, he missed the ball, arriving at the back post for that late chance. But it wasn't just Saliba and Gabriel. Ben White, I thought, had a very good game, looked nice and fresh after missing international duty with England. Declan Rice in front of them was outstanding, covered every blade of grass. Martin Odegaard defending from the front. Listen, this was an expert defensive performance from Arsenal, and they had their moments. I was sat next to Amy Lawrence, and she was talking about a Mark Overmars moment potentially. Could someone get a goal on the breakaway that could prove a really precious winner? And it looked like it might be Leandro Trossard right at the end there, but a touch that took him probably a little bit away from goal, and he couldn't quite make the most of it. But there were other chances on the break. Gabriel Jesus probably had the better chances in the first half for Arsenal. There was an odd moment kind of 40 minutes into the game where I think Arsenal had only had about 20% possession, and yet we're out shooting City, which I think tells you how well they protected that area around their penalty box. So yeah, I don't think that's the game Arsenal would have wanted to play, but I think it's the game that they ended up having to play. I think their ability on the ball maybe wasn't quite at the level Arteta would have expected. The distribution from the goalkeeper wasn't as good as we're accustomed to. So I think we struggled for continuity at times. But we showed that we could hang in there. We are an outstanding defensive team now, and we demonstrated that once again. I think that, look, going into this game, I had a feeling that to win the league, Arsenal might need to win here. And I still feel that way. I think that when I look at the fixtures ahead, I think we've got really tough away games to come. But if we defend like we did here, we'll give ourselves a chance, because we've got to go to Old Trafford, we've got to go to Spurs. Well, they will give up far more chances than City did in this game. So if we can defend well and capitalise on those opportunities, well, we'll give ourselves a really good chance in those matches. As it got into the final stages, Arsenal's changes were maybe a bit more defensive-minded. Tomiyasu came on, Partey came on, Saka limped off, hopefully he's okay, Martinelli came on for him. And I think, we were happy with the point. If we could nick it, brilliant, but I think we were very aware that this was a good point to get. And one thing to say is you need to be lucky. You need to be lucky if you're going to come to Manchester City and get a clean sheet. I think Arsenal are the first side to do that in the Premier League in a very long time, maybe even a few years. And if you're going to do that, you need a bit of luck. And Arsenal had that luck. Nathan Ake absolutely should have scored with that header in the first half. And to be honest, if it goes anywhere else other than straight at David Raya, he probably does score. Erling Haaland might well have scored at the back post, but didn't make contact with the ball. You have to ride your luck a little bit in those moments. But aside from that, David Raya didn't really have a big save to make in the game. Where did City go close? Kovacic had a shot from the edge of the box that flashed past the post. Ask yourself, why was he having that shot? Because City could not get past that line of Arsenal defenders protecting the penalty area. I think Mikel Arteta will be really proud of the discipline, the maturity. And Arsenal recovered from a bad start as well. I think that first 20 minutes, City had all the momentum, all the territory. There was a little break in the game where I think Ake went off injured, and Arteta had a word with his defence, with Jorginho, readjusted some stuff, and from that point on, they were much, much better. I expected a really emotional outcome after this game. I expected it to be euphoric or disastrous, and the truth is, as I approached the game, I actually felt very calm, and I thought it's probably going to be a draw, and I hoped that we would be matured, controlled, disciplined. We were all those things. So it's kind of as you were. A lot of people will say, great weekend for Liverpool. Yeah, But look at Arsenal's results against City and Liverpool. They can take real heart, real courage from that, and real encouragement ahead of those big away games I mentioned. This isn't the template to win away games. You need to do more on the ball, you need to create more chances. But it demonstrates the foundation that underpins this Arsenal team. If defences win you titles, Arsenal have to have a chance. I'll leave it there, guys. I'm off to the press conferences now. Speak to you all very soon. Another game coming up on Wednesday against Luton. Take care. Bye-bye.